Hello guys, welcome to the Friday forecast. So final day of the week and let's see what the market has been doing. This is the euro and the US dollar and we still have not got a move up or a move down. We are still stuck in this larger range. So this is definitely to be expected on this pair. It really likes to range for a long time. And I'm waiting for the same thing. I'm waiting for a large push up and then to look for a trade or maybe for a trend to start. Or I'm waiting for a large push down, something like this, and then a nice flag, or for a nice trend to start to the downside. And I'm expecting a larger range, of course, because we have been ranging for I think 2 weeks now. And do be careful about these liquidity areas above and below the range. You have to see how we break into them. Do we just break and retrace, or do we actually break and then get some nice continuation and some nice momentum to the upside, something like this. So definitely watch out how we break into these liquidity areas. But nothing more to say on this pair. It's just range bound and it's just not showing me absolutely any potential. And now for the euro and the Japanese yen, this one actually looks okay. There were a couple of opportunities. Actually, there was one opportunity right here. So maybe some people were seeing this as a trend to the downside, which I did like, but there was a warning sign right here. We got a huge wick, and after the huge wick I wanted to see more of a range and then I would look for a trade. But what we actually got, so we got a huge wick and then we got this sort of an aggressive retrace to the entry area without a range. This inside bar is of course the entry area, and I just did not want to take it at this point because we didn't get any range. So I didn't want to get in on the combo trade, which would be this candle entry, or on the flag, which would actually be this candle right here. This red candle would be the entry candle for the flag to go short. So I stayed out of both of the setups because the price action also was not looking that good. We were trending down, but then again, we got just a one candle push, pullback, one candle push, large wick, no range. So for me, it did not fit my plan. And then we started to range around between the low and the high right here, as you can see. And then we broke the low by just a wick. Right at this point, we broke the low and retraced, which is a good sign that the liquidity has been grabbed to the downside. As we can see right here, the liquidity has been grabbed because we have a range, we have liquidity above, we have a liquidity below, and this candle just broke by a few pips and then retraced to the upside. So at this point I was definitely expecting for a nice reversal up, and we did get a nice push up. At this point this was not enough of a break for me to look for a trade, but at this point this looked like a very nice reversal. Now if it wasn't for Friday afternoon, I would have definitely be looking for a trade at this point, but because it's Friday afternoon, I'm looking only for a really high probability setup. And for me this is more on the verge between a valid and a high probability, because the descending is not that defined. We just have this sort of a trend, and then we kind of ranged around here and got a smaller descending at this point. We got a small descending right here, and it is not really high probability. So I'm only looking for those really high probability no-brainer setups where you just know you want to take them, and this one is not one of them. So because it's Friday afternoon, I am staying out of this trade, so I don't have an order on, and I'm not looking for any trades. As I said, on a Friday afternoon, I'm only looking for those really high probability no-brainer setups. So currently price is starting to maybe form a setup right here. So if anyone is looking for maybe a combo trade right like this, then they have the opportunity to enter on this reversal. But for me, I'm staying out. I'm waiting for a break of the high or a break of the low. And if we do break the high with some nice momentum, I will look for a flag to go long. And then that would actually be a trend, because we would have a push, pull back, another push, which is then for me a trend, because a trend is defined with as an impulse, pullback, and then another impulse. So I am also seeing if maybe we will start to ascend at this point, which would then be a warning sign. It would be a warning sign because we would get a descending going into an ascending, but I would look for a reversal if we get that clean price action. Also, we can get a V reversal right here. Look for a push down and then a flag to go short, something like this. Or if we do start to descend like this, I will look for a reversal to the upside, something like this. So that's about it on the euro and the Japanese yen. As I said, currently we have a reversal forming, but I'm being more patient. I'm looking for only really high probability setups. And then on Monday and Tuesday, if this turns out to be a trend from a reversal, I will be happy to place a buy order. And if we reverse down, I will look for a short trade, but I need to see some cleaner price action. Now for the Aussie and US dollar, this is still stuck between the low and the high, and it's just ranging, which is to be expected because we did get this V reversal, we did get this volatility, so a larger range is definitely to be expected, and I'm just expecting more of this. I'm expecting to see more of a range, and I'm looking at the liquidity areas below and above right here. So we need to see how the price breaks into those areas. Does it just break and retrace, or does it actually break and give us some nice conviction up? Definitely do be more careful and more alert with this pair, but if we do get a large push up, I'll look to buy, and if we get a large impulse down, I will look to sell. If we ascend into the upper liquidity area, which is a high probability setup, and then reverse, I will look for a reversal trade. Or if we get a reversal into the, or a descending into the lower liquidity area, I will look for a reversal to the upside, something like this. Then again, Mondays and Tuesdays are predominantly range bound, so I'm expecting just a larger range. Then maybe on Wednesday we do start to get some moves, so definitely tune in for the forecast in the next week. And now for the Aussie and the Japanese yen. So this one, there was an opportunity to enter on a trade right here. So I did classify this as a corrective trend down. So for me this was trending, but very correctively. You can see we have these deep pullbacks up, which is not a good sign. It's definitely a sign the momentum down is not that big, and that the momentum down cannot really be sustained. But then we kind of cleaned up the move with this push. So as you can see, we were in an established trend. We did get one leg down, second leg down, and then this third leg down. And at this point I wanted to see maybe something like an ascending to the entry area. So my entry area would be this inside bar. Of course, I'm trading the inside bar. The inside bar is a candle that is inside of the prior candle, so it has not broke the prior candle's high or the prior candle low. It's inside it. And I was also looking if we maybe get a nice flag setup, something like this. But actually what we did get is we just got an aggressive retrace. First we got a wick, so we got a big wick, which is one warning sign, and then we got an aggressive retrace, which is definitely a big warning sign on the Japanese pairs. It's a sign that we will be range bound. So I was expecting just a larger range, or even I was expecting for the price to fully reverse to the upside. So at this point we got an aggressive retrace. I stayed out, and I just did not want to take any trades, so I'm currently waiting for the break of the low or the high, and we are getting exactly what was expected. So with an aggressive retrace we usually get a larger range, which is what we are getting now. So do be careful about the liquidity areas. I am expecting more range bound price action on Monday and Tuesday, so definitely be careful when looking for a trade. to look for a trade, I would look for an ascending to the upside, nice reversal, or ascending to a downside into the lower liquidity area, and then a nice reversal up like this. Or I would look for a large push up, a nice flag, or a large impulse down like this, and then a nice flag. Again, I need to see some real good conviction and some real clean price action to get in, or maybe on a nice trend. I would like to see definitely for the price to start trending, since the last couple of weeks have been pretty range bound. So I definitely want for the price action to clean up a bit and that we start trending up or down. Then I would look to take a trade. Currently I'm just being a bit more patient because the overall structure is very corrective. So that's it for the forecast, and I will see you guys on Monday in the Monday forecast and trade recap.